stop sabotaging yourself. You're close to your breakthrough, you know? Like, things are happening for you. Like, you've been putting in a lot of work and you're about to reap the benefits, you know? So it's time to stop sabotaging yourself. And it could be scary stepping into something new, something different, stepping into the unknown. And a lot of the time, that's why we sabotage ourselves, because we don't know what's coming next. Like, we're moving at a pace we haven't moved in before. And now we haven't moved in at this pace before. Now we got to do things differently. And it's like, because you're moving into a different space, there's a lot of things that you have to do that you haven't done before, you know? Like, if it's in business, for example, now there's certain things you have to start thinking about if you've never thought about taxes. Now you need to start thinking about taxes. If you haven't thought about how you're going to communicate or do contracts and so, now you have to start thinking about how you're going to do contracts and all of these things. And it could be scary. Like, I have to think about something new now. And then boom, you start sabotaging because it's like, how do I do that? How do I move on to the next step? You know? So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to be breaking down like how you do get over that hurdle. You know, I'm not just going to be talking about business. I might talk about business a little bit and then keep it general so that you can all resonate and all understand what it is that we are getting into. Yeah? So let's do this. What's going on? My name is Christopher Daniels. I'd like to welcome you to the Don't Stress, Don't Panic family. You know how it goes already. Welcome to those of you that are new. Welcome back to those of you that have been here before. Yeah, let's get into this. Yeah, so stop sabotaging yourself, you know, because your breakthrough is closer than you think. When we're moving into new spaces, yeah, oftentimes we can just sabotage ourselves because we don't know what's coming next, and it's easier to be in a comfortable space than to begin doing things that we have no clue about, you know. So when it comes to, say for example, it comes to like, I'm shooting these videos now, and then I start getting business, or I start getting more subscribers or getting more followers and whatever. Like, anything that happens on the back end of that, like, because I'm just used to shooting videos, I've got to think about something new now, you know? I've got to start thinking about something new because it's not what I've been used to doing. And what I say to that is always prepare in advance. Always prepare in advance. That's part of the process. It's part of the process, like, and it will help you to stop sabotaging. Prepare in advance. Like, what is it that you need to do? Understand that, and then prepare before you even get there. Yeah, preparation and maintenance are always the two key things that you got to do when you're excelling and you're moving forward. When you prepare in advance, you already know what's coming before it does come. You get what I'm saying to you? And you can be ready. Say, for example, I spoke about taxes before. If you understand that, cool, this is the process that you need to do. Yeah, if you don't understand it, then you find out. That's your challenge. That's your challenge when it comes to growing. If you don't understand something, you have to find out. How do you do taxes? I don't have a clue. Like, how do you pay them? I don't have a clue. Like, what's the best way to even manage them? Like, you do not know. Find out. That's all you have to do. Like, it could be daunting. You might not be somebody that is good at communicating, somebody that's able to express. You don't know who to ask. That's your job. Find out who to ask. Find out who to communicate with. Find out where you can get this information. That's on you, yeah? And once you do this, that might be difficult. I'm telling you, that might be hard for you. Like, certain things might be difficult for you. But once you do them, the next steps are going to be a lot easier, yeah, regardless of what it is. If you don't know how to do something, that's oftentimes where we sabotage. We come against a block. I don't know how to do this. Let me just do these things because I know how to do this. But it's not about what you know how to do. It's about what you don't know how to do, and then finding out how to do those things. And there's things that you don't know how to do, you know. And the more you lean in, you'll start to understand. I didn't know that this was here too. And then boom, the door's opening. You get what I'm saying to you? When the door starts opening, then I'm telling you, you're going to start making things happen. But before you can make things happen, first and foremost, you need to look at what your blocks are. Look at things that, plan in advance. Like, what are some of the things that I'm going to come across, like, going down this path? Like, think about it. Look into people that have been doing what you're doing before you're doing it. Like, say, for example, you're an artist. Like, start reading up on artists, researching artists. Like, what's the process that they go through? Like, what are some of the things that they have been blocked with? Like, so you can prepare in advance. That's what it comes down to. We sabotage ourselves a lot because we don't know what's coming next. But in order to know what's coming next, you do the research, you study into it, you look into it, and then you start doing the practical side. Okay, how do I do this for myself? How do I start taking these actions? You know? That's all it comes down to. Self-sabotage is just a lack of preparation, a lack of structure, you know? Lack of structure. Like, you may know what to do, but have you set up a structure that's going to allow you to do it in an efficient way to see consistent results, you know? And that's what it comes down to. If you haven't looked into these things, that's where the block is, you know? Now you've identified where the block is, you can start to begin making that shift. You begin making that shift, your results will start to change, you know? So self-sabotage, just take time away and start planning. Yeah, start planning, start looking into things, start researching, start taking action after you've planned, you know? You can't go anywhere until you know where you're going. And also another thing is that understand, like, what are the little things that are blocking you? Connect with yourself and ask yourself, like, what are some of the things that often slow me down, you know? And for me, like, one thing that does slow me down when it comes to this, just to give you some context, to give you an example that's practical, like thinking about things and getting caught up in the minute details, you know? Like, get caught up in the minutiae instead of thinking about the bigger picture. That's one thing that slows me down. I'm start thinking, I'll be working, I'm thinking, is this actually working? Is this actually gonna get me the result that I want, you know? And start questioning, you know? But sometimes you need to give yourself longer periods of time to actually see if it does work. Like, sometimes you may need a month or 2 months, 3 months to see if it does work. You just keep doing the action, yeah? Keep doing the action and know why you're doing it. But don't do that. Well, do the action knowing that you've understood it, you've researched it, that you've studied or looked into it in one way or another. And then once you know that, okay, I've studied this, I understand this is the process, start taking action. It's as simple as that. Like, self-sabotage, it simply happens because you haven't looked into whatever it is in as much detail as you need to. You haven't planned in advance. Because you haven't planned in advance, you have no process there. So you sabotage yourself because you're scared of stepping into the unknown. It's as simple as that. Don't stress, don't panic, just plan ahead, yeah? If you've enjoyed this video, make sure that you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the future videos. And other than that, I will be seeing you again very shortly, yeah? Blessings.